Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, into what you can't see. Just kidding, it should pop up right there. We have the Nexus Gaming Series. We are in... What season is this, Bandit? Do you remember? He's just staring at me. He's not telling me a number. Well, it's season something of an NGS. We have got Division A on the left-hand side. We got gillyShark at Bingo Night, or Bingo for short. We've got Chess Looter on Artanis, Randy Newman to play Li Ming, Ekeb on Zeratul. My internet is flopping. Stark to play Joanna, and Chymotrypsin on Rhaegar. To the right of the map, we are going to be looking at... I'm blanking on their name. It's Loxodon. Loxodon. It's going to be on the right-hand side with Hard on Greymane, Klen playing Vala, Lox on Anduin, Nemesis, I think is how you say their name, on the Varian, and we'll see Tanksta playing that Anubarak as we get down into bottom lane first. Little engagement we could potentially see here as Li Ming's going to poke through some of the bushes, Stark with a shield glare as well. Where's my camera zoom? There we go. Do have a Zeratul, Ekeb chilling in the bush, waiting to see if they can jump onto someone like Lox here. Swap from Artanis not connecting into Heart. And that'll be a failed attempt from him, so Artanis moves back into top lane. Ekeb jumps in looking for a reset with Li Ming as Stark tanks tons of damage, but is able to back out just fine. Heart. Heart. H-A-R-T. Heart. Good try, Ton. Good try. I got mildly good sleep last night. I'm on top of things. Greymane will try and jump onto Stark here really quickly. Poking onto Chymotrypsin as well. A little bit of just back and forth in this bottom lane. Peeking into the top lane really quickly, we do have Ekeb, who did float their way up here. Varian, not a real boy just yet. He actually went into overpower at level 1. Wonder what we're going to get. I don't think it's going to be Tank Varian. I don't think we're going to see Taunt. I'd like to see Twin if it's going to be solo lane, but why not High King's Quest? And if it's Colossal Smash still, why not High King's Quest? I guess you couldn't get overpowered triggers from Artanis as he jumps in, so there is that. It's just usually you see something like overpower to go up against like a Tracer or a Tychus. And you pop that and you get really fast procs on your Heroic Strike cooldown. Bottom camp goes over the side of Loxodon. Top lane will be for gillyShark at Bingo Night. Well, no massive pressure applied on either side. Currently just going to be having camps forced into the fort front gate and easily cleared out. We'll also have the trade onto the bruiser camps left and right-hand side. Well, Greymane goes in top lane to help out Varian. All right, what are you doing, Varian, at level 4? It is Colossal Smash. All right. Good morning, Lard. Good to see you, bud. You're just in time to check out the games. It's our first best of 3 of the day for NGS. We'll do 2 or 3 of these, and later on we'll do some retro, and I'll let chat vote on which game we do. I think we could do Star Fox, we could do Mega Man, or Donkey Kong. Technically, we could do Ocarina of Time again, but no, we literally just did Ocarina of Time. Your in-laws are coming over, so you're going to be lurking. All right, well, thanks to Lurk. I appreciate it. Have fun with the in-laws. You vote Mega Man. Noted. Well, that is our first half of the Immortal phase. Quickly over to the side of gillyShark at Bingo Night. Immortals go to race potential sides. Tank hanging around trying to poke at Stark, but I think it's just going to be a big race down in favor for the side of gillyShark at Bingo Night. I'm pretty sure Colossal Smash reduces the armor of the Immortal. We'll see if he spams it. Nope, well, we don't have a chance to see it this time. We don't have a chance to see it this time. Chastise goes out, gets a Piercing Light stack. Piercing Light stack. And Vala's got a Repeating Arrow at level 4 as well, so more poke ability from her, already at 5 stacks. Actually picking up her 6th right now. Nubreg Burrow charge in, little Gilnane cocktail poke as well. Ooh, Stark takes a chunk of damage, pops Iron Skin, but sub done. Subdue has been completed, and no sacrifice. That's the big thing. Usually that's the trade. You get subdue done, the sub done, and then your tank dies because they had to step forward too much. Sub done GG. That was actually, it's a very quick subdue as well. I mean, wasn't even level 7 at that point. Continued shield glares to poke out, slow down the immortal burn. Meanwhile, in the top lane, still have our Varian with his Colossal Smash working through the top lane wave, and Chess is just going to be waiting for that wave to work towards him, not going to play it too aggressive. No Protector of Fire at level 1, so no reason to sit there and try and stack off a Varian. Just wait for the wave to step up a little bit further, and that does allow... Sorry, Bandit's sniffing around here. That does allow the Varian to maybe be pulled out a little bit further into lane, and Iki can jump out and try and get a burst here as we're seeing them chill in the bush, but nah. It is cleave build for this Zeratul. Gonna have greater cleave at 1, the rending cleave at 4. This is gonna be, though, Seeker in the Dark at level 7. Singularity Spike takes 50% longer to explode. It can be reactivated to teleport, granting 30% movement speed for 3 seconds. So, more dip diving and dodging. Well, not really dip diving and dodging. It's more so, I'm going to chase you down and burn you down. Greymane with Wizened Duelist at level 7, and this will be a fort to be just taken out. I think the rotation in the top lane was seen, so this is not greedy whatsoever. Nice call from the side of gillyShark and Bingo Knight pushing into this lane. Zeratul comes down as here. He just gets a cleave onto the tower, but it also hits an Uberex, so tanking a couple tower shots. Stark pulls said shots back onto him. And the fort will remain in bottom lane, but it's going to be sitting around third, actually even less than that, probably closer to a quarter or less of its health. Alright, this is the one thing I wanted to check really quickly, the Immortal stats when Varian does use his Colossal Smash on it, because I'm pretty sure it does reduce the armor. Let's see quickly. Do it! Press R! Varian, press R! God dang it. I thought it did, but I'm not 100% sure. No, either way. We'll take a look at the fight that's going to break out over here on the right-hand side. Stark taking a ton of damage. Armor will be reduced, and he does go down. First blood over to the side of Locks It In. Heart rolls away, and is going to be able to continue his onslaught into the enemy team. God dang it, Varian. Use Colossal Smash on the Immortal for science. I know Tyranda's trait works to reduce armor. Yeah, exactly. That's why I was like, I'm pretty sure it does, but there's no visual indicator. That's why I was trying to check through the stat bar thingy since we're in a replay, but oh well. The Immortal will be won over by the side of Locks It In. Coon into Stark immediately. Joanna burned out of that. Iki looking to maybe run away at this point. Vala as the chase down. The Hungering Arrow hungers for Iki. Zeratul falls, locks on this objective. Well, not this objective. This Bruiser Camp will fall. Blessed Shield ripped by Stark and Sister Healing onto Randy Newman. A Rain of Vengeance down from Clan. Another one to interrupt Li Ming's Disintegrate, and the magic missiles are not close enough. Kaima wants to run this down. Blade Dash and Swap are not even close enough. A Shield Glare, I don't even think it tickled the toes of Vala. Meanwhile, the Immortal takes out the Fallen Shaman in bottom and will be able to work its way onto this fort. Varian holding 10 still. Are we going to get the charge combo of every 4 seconds, 4% from 13? Well, 10 and 14. No, it's just going to be Shield Wall. Okay. Just going to be Shield Wall. The 10-13 combo has been really, really popular in EU. You get the charge at level 10, so it's every 4 seconds you can charge, and then at level 13, every time you charge and collide with an enemy hero, you do 4% of their maximum health. So basically it's 4 and 4 is the easy way to remember it, but that's not too bad. Especially since you're going to be charging into Artanis and Joanna consistently. Oh, Blade Dash Face Prism not going to get the pull they're looking for. Chest breaks out Stark. A Blessed Shield on top of that. We do have a VP. Suppression Pulse was used earlier as well. Li Ming times out the Arcane Orb beautifully. Nicely done from Randy Newman. Collision of that Arcane Orb from when the VP drops, just chef's kiss. Communication on point from gillyShark and Bingo Knight here at the kickoff season game. Season kickoff game? Did I say that backwards? I feel like the Sheriff of Rottingham from Men in Tights. Constant phrasing backwards. It sounds weird either way. Okay, so it's not just me. Thank you. Oh, I have no internet. And it's back. Hey, today's gonna be a shitty internet day, chat. So I apologize in advance for screaming. A lot. Also, heads up, if anyone's in chat and I drop out for no reason, just, you know, it's webs. You can inform the ones that don't know, or may have not heard it. 13 talents here, almost here for both sides, and we are ready on every heroic except VP. Every heroic is available except for Void Prism. All right, maybe he'll Colossal Smash the Immortal. Varian, you have just for me, I just want one thing. He did it once. He did it during the first Immortal phase, and he hasn't done it again, and it's just like, please, Varian. Oh, nice Curse Bullet. Chunk and Stark down, forces the chain heal out from Chymotrypsin. Colossal Smash, focused onto Chess right now. This is a Cocoon onto Rig, our VP on the right-hand side. Suppression Pulse. Bit of a miscommunication on the lapping of heroics there. Varian gets a Light Bomb, but he was already backing away. This is a huge Condemn that keeps Anub'arak in place. It's a double kill, which means Reset City for Li Ming. And Chymotrypsin and crew unable to clear out the rest of the Immortal health, but still, they take down a triple kill and will get a free fort in bottom. Was internet yesterday for a few hours. It may not be because... Whoa, that's crazy, Demon. Well, I hope you're all safe. No, I live in a forest, and so sometimes the internet just doesn't work. Like, they've gone out to the node to fix it so many times, and there was one time when they were like, yeah, we went out to the node, and there was all this broken stuff in it. It's just like, but how? I don't know, I think there's a bear that just hates that node or something and just like chews on it. That or it's some cryptid. It was a bag of office supplies. Ah, well, I'm glad it wasn't the actual thing, you know? 6-3 in kills so far, 15-14 on our levels. We've got a solid, a gaseous maybe? We've got a bodacious level lead for this side of gillyShark at Bingo Night. This is gonna be top lane fort eradicated before gillyShark can rotate up here. Chess gets the swap into Varian, a Cocoon onto Joanna, but that is immediately cleaved by Ekeeb, who does get hit by a Light Bomb. Meanwhile, on the left-hand side, the VP expires onto Vala. Greymane jumps onto Chess Looter, gets another Phase Prism. This one's going to be onto the Anub'arak, who does fall. Hart, the Greymane, able to tap well, gets a huge Gilnean cocktail through the enemy team, trying to keep that Inner Beast active. Actually, no Inner Beast is active right now. That's just healing over time applied. And with Anub'arak dead for the next 20 seconds, I do believe we are going to be moving into a top lane Impaler camp for gillyShark at Bingo Night, and another Immortal phase will spawn here in 25 seconds. Bruiser camp not available on the right-hand side. Could see a Bruiser camp on the left-hand side grabbed by gillyShark at Bingo Night, but no, they are going to rapidly push through top lane, continuing the onslaught with the Impaler camp that was just picked up. They're not going to play this slow and safe. They're going to play this aggressive while the Anub'arak was still down. And Vala, I believe she showed him bottom lane to soak up a little bit more experience. Speaking of experience, we got level 16 arrived for the side of gillyShark at Bingo Night. They've got still a level lead. Just a little bit of experience needs to be picked up here and there. And first half, the Immortal phase quickly going over to gillyShark at Bingo Night. Tank's got to be careful here with those Earthgrass totems. Varian goes in with a Colossal Smash. They're fighting down 16 talent here. Suppression Pulse onto the enemy. And Greymane does go down on the side of locks it in. The Leap of Faith will save Anub'arak for the time being. A Cocoon is forced onto Ekeeb, which Li Ming helps break out a little bit with that Disintegrate. Another swap from Chess Looter. This time onto Varian, and he shall fall as well. That's a reset for Li Ming as gillyShark at Bingo Night rush back to the Immortal race potential second half, while Stark will go ahead and tap well, getting mana and his health back. Are we going to see a camp as well for the bottom lane? Indeed. Li Ming and Artanis raced this down quite well because Artanis, chest leader, did take the proper level 1 talent. So this will be fully shielded, Alarian Immortal to the side of gillyShark and Bingo Knight with currently 1,604 damage into structures, 22,350 points of health and shielding. So you're looking at about 44,000 and some change on health and shielding for that Immortal going to top lane, dealing chonky damage into structures. Stark, sitting in the bush. Looks like gillyShark and Bingo Knight want to go for kind of a double attack right now. A pincer move, if you will, in this 2-lane map. Gonna push in through bottom lane while Alarian shoves the top. And this will be simultaneous. Keeps going to be pressured. Does force 3 down to his bottom lane. 4, actually, as Varian's coming down. Follow the 1 to work on the Immortal. Curse Bullet onto Stark as the Ancestor Healing will be good onto him as well. Varian with a Colossal Smash as Ekeep is out of the VP, or out of the Cocoon. He drops a VP. Nice. Once again, big balls from Randy Newman colliding into the enemy team as the VP does drop. Chest leader tanking tower shots. Got to be careful. Luckily, Artanis has his trait to pop. The Immortal still pushing into top lane, now working on the keep as gillyShark and Bingo Knight in bottom lane do the exact same thing. Just goes in for the kill onto the Artanis, or excuse me, onto the Varian. Might have been a swap, but tanking too many tower shots as I was looking in top lane. Top lane, Vala does save the keep. But man, oh man, gillyShark and Bingo Knight with a dominant double siege, pincer move, backstab, whatever you want to call it. Ekeep maybe he's going to go up here and just get the last bit of damage onto this keep. Oh, there goes Zig. Yeah, if you want to... I mentioned it earlier, but if you'd like to, if you joined in later, if you'd like to follow along with Bingo, I know we're kind of already into the game, you can use exclamation code. That'll get you the code for this Bingo card that gillyShark and Bingo Knight were using, and you can obviously use Bingo. You click on the Bingo link website. Bingo website link. There we go. And you go to the tab that says load, pop your code in, hit load, and there you go. Earth Grasp Totem to slow things down from Chymotrypsin. Bottom lane does have that Impaler Camp and a Catapult as well. Just want to check the Cata stats really quick while we're waiting for the next Immortal phase. 570 into structures as we're about 16.5 minutes into the map. Zeratul goes to bottom, picks up some of that experience. Does he cleave a wave? No, Ekeep is just going to play it safe and soak up for the team, get back to a safe position. As this is going to be a bit of a... They're looking for a setup here, but here's the issue. Stark, I think, saw some of this. Stark was anchoring is deep anchoring in a bush, pops the Iron Skin, gets hit with a Cursed Bullet, gets hit with a Colossal Smash, and just walks away. Break the wrist, walk away. Some Rex Kwando. Stark Kwando? Stark Kwando. Oh, that'd be a good bingo square. Deep scout the enemy. Deep scout the enemy. Ah, yes, it does, it does, it does. All right, anyway, sorry. Vindicated. No, that'd be a good bingo square. Deep scout the enemy and get away without losing more than 50% of your HP or something like that. Anyways. Catapult unsure about ending the game, so it focuses onto a structure. Got to take down all those structures, all the experience and customs. Nubrak unable to find the Burrow charge. Ancestor healing from Kaimo just in time, and Stark will get the Farseer's Blessing resets. Randy Newman broken out by the Immortal, or it just timed out, looking for the Disintegrate into a Nubrak, and will be able to get it. We do have Temporal Flux at level 24, Li Ming. That's going to get some slows onto the enemy, and Randy Newman is going to be assisted here, or assisting in a... for gillyShark and Bingo Knight, but it's still going to be a run-in. Ekeep looking for more. That's going to be a... Make it a... I just gotta say it's a... Oh. Team kill. There we go. gillyShark and Bingo Knight take map number 1. GG, well played. Catapult. Well, guess I'll do camps instead. Oh, man. GG. My sympathy to Chess for not only having to play Artanis this game, but Artanis with camera lock on. Wait, what's wrong with playing Artanis? Oh god, I dropped so many subs. Dear lord, that's scary. Jesus Christ. Oh, God. All right. We need Crush to get in here. We need Crush to get in here. Oh, no, it's... that's a little unreasonable. Well, we gotta pay Straubs, though, so yeah. There we go. What's up, Forget What? How you doing, bud? People are apparently saying Artana sucks. That is news to me. He just won a game. How does he suck? Riddle me that one, Batman. This is outrageous. I know, right? People coming in here saying ridiculous things, not gifting subs. Today's gonna be a weird day, chat. Today's gonna be a very weird day. And I hope you enjoy it. What is Artanis good at? Blade dashing, swapping, stacking, winning, 2v1ing, you know? The normal things. Welcome back into the Nexus Gaming Series. On the left-hand side, we've got gillyShark of Bingo Night here in map number 2 and our first best of 3 of the day. We have got Chess Leader on Sonya, Randy Newman to play Junkrat, Ekeeb to play Mephisto, Stark on Garrosh, and Kaimo Tripson on Alexstrasza. To the right of the map, we're looking at Locks It In, trying to push us into a map number 3. Third Tomb of the Spider Queen. We've got Tanksta on Diablo, Klen to play Jaina, Nemesis on this Dahaka, Heart to play Tychus, and last but not least, Locks on Anduin. There's your level 1s, and let's get into it.
3, 2, 1. Let the battle begin.
Let us get into it. Junkrat first grenade does not connect. Obviously, we're going to a game number 3. Wait a sec. Oh, I'm disappointed. Oh, as I'm disappointed. Diablo goes for the overpower into Mephisto, doesn't get the special little reset. I guess I wouldn't call it special, the featured reset. If you were there, you would have clicked on the gem. Thank you. I appreciate that. At least someone would have. Stark takes a lot of damage. He is slowed by Jaina as well. Ekeeb jumps in, looking for a bit of counter damage into Diablo. Junkrat's Concussion Mine splits him away, and it looks like that's the end of the engagement. Meanwhile, down in the mid lane, we're back into mid lane. Continue to see our rotations. Alexstrasza is Abundance at level 1, or Circle of Life at level 1. He's already at 4 out of 5 stacks, working our way quickly through that. And this map is a fantastic, fantastic double soak map for Alexstrasza. Was it Tomb and Infernal Shrines? I would even say also Volskaya Foundry. Great maps for Alexstrasza. And First Blood will be Garrosh. He finally does go down. It was threatened in the beginning, but it is looking like an actual kill to be achieved. Chess and Nem in bottom lane, just doing, you know, solo lane things. Chess actually poking down this Dahaka a bit here. Hold on, this is getting a little worrisome for Dahaka. He should have Essence. He should have Essence, right? Oh, he doesn't. One slam, one jam, and that's a kill. Nicely done. Chess pressures out Dahaka, and we'll find a counter kill in bottom lane. Nice solo play. I just, like, I assumed the Dahaka would have Essence when he was just that low, playing that far forward, but not the case. Does have Enduring Swarm at level 1, which is spell armor. There is some spell mitigation, but it's not going to be enough. Speaking of enough, I don't know if Kaimo's going to have enough health, and he won't. Kaimo will run out of HP. He's going to go ahead and take a nap for the next 13 seconds. A little bit of advice to healers out there: run away from the enemy team. Oh, he's in chat. Stark threw Diablo at me. Well, I didn't see it, so obviously it didn't happen. Good morning, Kaimo. How you doing today, bud? Hope you're doing well. Taste for explosions, by the way, on Junkrat. So we'll see Randy Newman picking up stacks on his frag launcher grenades. We could see... Usually if you have that, it's like endless nades 16 and cannonballs at 20. That's the expectation. We'll see if that actually will be the case. You just woke up and missed game 1. Or, on the other side of the coin, you woke up in time for game 2. Actually, I think my YouTube VODs are starting to kind of get close to, like, the actual timeline of... I'm usually, like, a week or two ahead of my YouTube VODs, and this will go up, you know, probably... Would I have time to edit it on, like, Sunday afternoon or whatever, so... This won't be far off from going up on YouTube. Or you can just check the VOD later today. How'd you like the level 20 Ancestral last game? Oh, it was very good. It was very, very good. I caught that. I caught that on Stark, absolutely. 14 stacks. Speaking of Kaimo Tripson, 14 stacks. Kaimo, you're doing a very good job of playing the game and also typing in chat at the exact same time. Very, very good. Doing a very good job. Especially for being asleep in game number 1. A little bit of essence eaten by Dahaka right there. That's his little tummy grumbling. We've got the red web weavers descending to the side of Locks It In. We'll see how they're able to push in with this, as I think mid lane will be the priority for the time being. We're going to hold off on showing the 10 talents for just a moment longer. Get a little bit closer to them when we cycle through those numbers. Alex Straza pops Dragon Queen form. Good AoE splash. Actually has extra healing to allies around her as well. But mostly this splash is going to clear out this massive wave pushed in through mid. Before it really takes down more than the fort front gate. I mean, we still have 50% on one of the towers here. Nicely done. Rotation from the side of Locks It into the top lane. This web weaver already dropping low. Keep doing a great job of clearing that out. And Sonya, chest leader in bottom, has already done that. We do have Nemesis sitting in the bush waiting to see if maybe there's a grab potential onto chest in the rotation down back to bottom. It's going to be Dark Swarm build for Dahaka, but he did go one who collects. Usually, I mean, Dahaka players, you play how you want to play, but if you're going to go Dark Swarm build at 1 and 7, my suggestion would always be to go into the Hero Stalker at 4, just because hitting people with Dark Swarm is going to get you Essence, and then it also synergizes with your level 4s, or your level 7 as well, because as you damage enemy heroes, you're getting cooldown, so it's synergistic with the level 4 and level 7 together, and then having the increased duration just works with the level 4, the Hero Stalker, as well as the Symbiosis. But hey, if you're just doing a lot of double soaking and you're just clearing out minions and stuff, yeah. It also does more damage to mercenaries, so there is that factor as well. Granted, there are only 3 mercenary camps on this map, and we don't see a ton of invades onto bruiser camps onto the enemy side. We see them from time to time, but it's usually traded bruiser camps, and then someone gets a siege giant camp from time to time, but either way. That's all. Just little thoughts on the Dahaka build. Warlord's Challenge will pull Diablo into place, getting hit by a Durance of Hate as well as a Riptire. Leap of Faith from Lox does get Diablo into a better situation. Stark now, body block between Heart and Tanksta. Nicely done. That's going to be about 8 gems dropped on the ground, if I'm not mistaken, from Stark. 10 talent here on both sides. As I promised, we're going to cycle through those other numbers, because 10s do pop up at the top of your screen. And it's a adaptation to Haka. He went for the drag, so very close. Elongated tongue at 16, for sure you get that drag. Kaimo still in Chess in bottom lane. Sorry, different C name. I was looking around. Oh my god, Ekib. Ekib had like a full bar of healing over time, I think, and that was just, rough right there. But good pickup for the side of Locks It In. Pick up another kill, build more momentum in their favor. And more gems dropped out of the economy of gillyShark at Bingo Night. Locks It In do have that momentum in their favor right now. See if they can pull ahead in more experience. Maybe they get a kill onto Stark right here, and absolutely. Apocalypse Ring of Frost. Man, oh man. They wanted that Garrosh dead. Good morning, Ninja. How you doing today, bud? So I realized that chat now has like a bajillion coins for crowd control. So I think next time I do crowd control, I'll probably turn off all of those free coin redemptions. I was looking at the stacks. By the way, Chess is going to lose a good handful of gems in bottom lane. The leap was forced as well. I was looking at the stats of like how many free coins were redeemed, and I was like, Jesus. So many coins. Hey, now you guys got them for the future. Bingo keeps feeding. I mean, why didn't my healer heal me from across the map? Like that one time I played Lucio in ranked. And there was just this, I think it was an Illidan that was just like giga diving the enemy team, and they were pinging me like, what do you want me to do, dude? I was literally in a different lane. I wasn't even in the same lane as you. How are you pinging me? Lose all your gems before level 12 or by level 12. Well, speaking of level 12, it's 13 to 12, favoring the side of Locks It In. They're gonna be getting a few more gems in the top lane. The Webweaver phase has expired. We need 60 gems for the side of Locks It In. We've had 3 Webweaver phases so far. 1 from gillyShark and Bingo Knight, obviously 2, as I mentioned, from Locks It In. And they still got another 35 to go. So it's, I don't know, some like 12 lanes to be cleared, or 12 waves to be cleared, something like that. Some caster math like that. It's not a real gillyShark and Bingo Knight game until Kaimo trips and runs into towers and dies. That's the real. Speaking of Kaimo, the Circle of Life level 1 is done. Garrosh Groundbreaker is at 12 out of 15. We have 48 stacks on Junkrat's Taste for Explosions. Did go Ripper Air at 16. Devastating Charge at 13 for Diablo. He's going to be looking for that. Or excuse me, that's, no, it's Devastating Charge. Sorry, I misremembered. I thought it was Sacrificial Soul. Ekeep able to get back. Dahaka's adaptation will be activated, and he does get a full bar of healing in time. Big damage onto Ekeep as the Commandeer Odin from Heart is poking on to Kaimo, Tripson, and crew, who does activate the Dragon Queen. Stark with a toss onto Diablo. Tanks to Shadow Charges away. Groundbreaker from Garrosh is now done. Light Bomb gets the stun just as the flame or the wind buffet comes out from Kaimo Tripson. Keep jumping in. Huge Groundbreaker from Garrosh, and Apocalypse activated by Diablo. Nobody getting stunned out by that one. A huge Fire Stomp through the enemy team. Gonna heal up this Diablo since he has that Soul to Flame build and the Eternal Flame as well from level 4 and 7. And this Diablo seemingly unkillable. Tanksta still chilling in mid as more gems drop on the side of gillyShark and Bingo Knight, and more lives drop as well, as it's a double kill for Locks It In. You were watching the Pokemon Unite Championship? No, nice. How was that? They didn't get any wins? Oh, that's a bummer. That's a bummer. Did they get, like, knocked out, like, immediately in the tournament or something? I watched a bit of SmashCon last night, and then I fell asleep around, like, 9 o'clock because I was exhausted. And I slept through the entire night last night. Like, I woke up and I was like, holy shit, it's 5 a.m. I got a full night of sleep! Like, I was genuinely baffled. Oh, they got out. They got knocked out in groups. Oh, that's a bummer. Boss will go over to the side of Locks It In. We have a Webweaver turn in from gillyShark and Bingo Knight, so traded in those. 16 talent tier advantage to the side. Excuse me, too much tea chugged right there. 16 talent tier advantage to the side of Locks It In, as I was trying to make sure that an ad didn't play right there. Twitch trying to run more ads than they need to. By the way, Elongated Tongue at level 16 for the Dahaka. Oh, Apocalypse from Diablo. They're focusing on a chest, and that minigun is active. Oh, chest gets caught out in mid lane and does go down. 16 talents here, though, pops to the side of gillyShark of Bingo Knight. Endless nades, as I mentioned from earlier. We have the longer duration from the Dragon Queen, the Draconic Discipline. Doesn't the... Wait. Am I crazy? Doesn't Dragon Queen heal? Yes. Okay, it does. Okay. I think it's just an increase onto the heal. I saw the phrasing, basic attacks heal by 50%, and I was like, wait a second, what? Don't they baseline? They do. And I guess it's just an increased healing. Stark with the ally toss onto Kaimo. Healing circle applied to the ground. Stark will be able to get the regeneration glow. Pops the Indomitable to get out of the Blizzard of Jaina. I do believe he is still chilled. Yes, he is. Stark trying to back away. Jaina's done with her improved ice block, and I don't think that'll help out. Well, it's not going to help out Anduin whatsoever. Glenn, push ice block. 40-something HP. No, this Jaina is going to get picked up by a Junkrat grenade. Diablo goes down. The Dragon Queen is cooking up heart. The Groundbreaker doesn't connect. They got to choose. Who do they want to go for? Dahaka. Oh, no, they can't get Dahaka. There's no interrupt. Chest doesn't have leap. It was down for 30 more seconds, but Randy Newman gets the kill, and it's a beautiful... Diablo's souls were expended. Oh no, Chess has somehow discovered this Dahaka.
Pentakill.
You might be like, but Bahamut, Diablo's still alive. Well, that's because his souls were expended, chatter. No web weavers available, no boss either. Camp could be grabbed, but it's too far away, and this is actually a really good call from gillyShark and Bingo Knight. They're gonna push up bottom, get the fort. Garrosh soaking up mid. Sonya to do the same in top lane, and that's actually parity on the map. That's the one thing I want to mention right now is there's only been one structure to fall on the side of gillyShark and Bingo Knight. That was that bottom lane fort. Top lane fort's still healthy. I thought the boss was actually going to deal a lot more damage. Speaking of damage, this minion wave is going to deal a ton as Tanksta needs to get rid of it as quickly as possible. Luckily, the ranger minions, or these little spiders here, they don't fixate onto structures, so with that minion wave coming, the minion wave will prioritize the other minion wave. But still, a double fort phase after that pentakill happens. Next boss is up in about 2 minutes, so we'll say close to 17 minutes in game time, a little shy of that. Turn in, gonna be 42 gems out of the 60. And it looks like gillyShark and Bingo Knight may have regained control of this map number 2. A lot of smaller regions did well. I wonder why that is. All right. Siege Giants for the bottom lane. 19.5 to just about both sides. The big important factor is that it's 6 to 9 in kills. There are 6 kills to 9 kills. It's a very important fact for everyone at home to know. Alright, so we're just grabbing camp on the left-hand side. Turn-in is just, yeah, they were just about to get turn-in. Chest clears out bottom lane. So, Web Weavers, I think gillyShark and Bingo Knight know the Web Weavers are on their way against them. But they also know that the waves are crashing in, so getting 20s shouldn't be far off. Yeah, they'll get 20s a little bit before the enemy team. Mimic for Mephisto. Upgrade on Lifebinder as well with the Ritual of Life. Titanic Might, but that works, and that's really synergistic with Mortal Combo. Ignore Pain for Sonya, and then extra oomph for the Junkrat. The big thing to note on extra oomph, I mention this every time, but I don't know, sometimes we get new viewers, they don't know these things. Extra oomph needs to hit 3 enemy heroes to get a full reset. Baseline cooldown is 75 seconds, you get 25 seconds with extra oomph off per enemy hero hit. So you want to hit 3 enemy heroes consistently. I believe the most I've ever seen is 3 resets, maybe 4. 3 resets for sure. Top lane Webweaver will confirm the fort over here. Mid and bottom already cleared out. Seems like the priority is into top lane from the side of Loxodon. They did head their 20s. Ooh, actually, we get the changes survival. Increase adaptation healing to 200% of the damage received and reduce the cooldown by 40 seconds. The baseline is oh, this is additive. I'm assuming the baseline is then 80 or 60, excuse me. Toss Warlord's Challenge, activation of that adaptation, but the Riptire comes through just in time before the active healing connects. We've got a leap in from Sonya to close the distance. Hellgate from Diablo. There's the triple hit. The reset is out for Junkrat. Here comes another Riptire down the lane. But Junkrat had to cast it all the way back there because that's where he got the first reset. And he's like, well, you know, I still got 50%. Maybe I can close the distance. Nah, he'll cancel that out. And it looks like the priority is on to Boss. And as I take a look on the bottom right of our screen, we've got enough for a Webweaver turn as well. Who's got the gems? Oh, look at that. How convenient. Garrosh has 10 gems, and the boss is now completed. Wow, it's almost like they planned this. Hey, what's up, Tessa? Good morning, bud. Sorry I missed you a few minutes ago. Ekeeb has so much healing over time. Look at that health bar. Why is it taking so long for the healing to come through? I don't know why it looks so weird, and it is so funny, but either way. Boss and Webweavers pushing into top lane. Stark gets a bit of healing. That's a Ring of Frost onto 2 enemies. The Cold Snap was picked up at level 20. And actually, they get Cold Snap value. The Life Binder goes onto Ekeeb. Stark still so very low. The Riptire out from Junkrat doesn't get a full reset. Cold Snap already back out from Jaina. Not going to be able to get another reset on the center of that one, but still, Sonya will fall. The boss is on core. The Webweaver in the top lane's been cleared out. Webweaver through mid will confirm the keep in just a second. Tychus finds a double kill, but overall the team just got a... Meanwhile, Boss slaps the core down to 74%. The mid lane Webweaver gotta keep. The bottom lane Webweaver just gotta keep front gate. Man, nice defense from Locks It In. Commandeer Odin with big AoE damage, but gotta say, the Jaina Clen with the upgrade of Cold Snap. The center area of Ring of Frost deals 707 damage and roots the enemies after the outer ring expires. Each enemy hero hit reduces its cooldown by 15 seconds. So Jaina got a big cooldown from the Ring of Frost and then got a reset off the Cold Snap. Nicely done. Nicely done. You don't get to see that much value from Cold Snap, and beautifully done from Jaina. Gets the second Ring of Frost out, and now the members of Locks It In continue to push things in here on Tomb of the Spider Queen map number 2. Things are looking potentially promising for a third map in this Division A game for NGS, our first best of 3 of the day. Not enough for a Webweaver turn in. Dahaka still soaking up bottom lane. 8 stacks on Piercing Light for Anduin. 110 stacks on Junkrat's Taste for Explosions. Jaina's 1 is done. Her trade is done as well. Diablo's got full souls. Devastating Charge at 3 out of 5 stacks. And I believe that's all the questing stuff to let you know. Obviously, the Garrosh and Alexstrasza level 1s are done too. If you were curious and you're maybe just listening. Oh, no. Oh, no, there's a minion wave. 50% through this way. Oh, God, it's under attack. Still no one freed Harrison Jones. Dahaka just chilling in the bush, looking to just kind of push up bottom lane slowly but surely. Top lane and mid lane will have consistent catapults matching periodic, and bottom is going to have periodic matching periodic. Actually, no, there's no catapults. Wait, yes there are. Sorry, my brain. Periodic versus periodic in bottom lane, but the consistent in top and mid will always kind of win out, and top and mid will need to be cleared out. That's why Dahaka will have that job of constantly rotating out. He's going to be holding that brush stock in case a 4v5 is forced by gillyShark at Bingo Night. But for the time being, it's just wave clear and holding. Both teams, I wouldn't say afraid to make a move, but kind of waiting for the other team to make the wrong move first. It's like when I attack with Banelings, and I find out the enemy Zerg has all roaches, and I go, well, I built the wrong army. It's actually a bad, that's a bad example. Drag will connect into Garrosh. Indomitable activated. So is the Lifebinder upgrade at level 20. Garrosh's health bar is back up to full. Huge Titanic Might. The Riptire gets a double hit. Garrosh takes down Jaina. We've got Dahaka split from his team. 3 seconds on adaptation to be activated. Leap of Faith will come through in time. Adaptation is going to be used here. Nemesis gets his heroic off in time. Roaches are basic. Oh, but yeah, well, I go Ling Bane. And they go Roach Ravager. And then I smash my Ling Bane into their Roach Ravager and go, why don't I win? I just A-moved my army into theirs. Why am I not winning? Poor game design. Oh, that's it. That's what that is. By the way, Kaimo, I did 2 lava deaths yesterday. I don't know if you caught them. Boss for top lane. Webweavers to be summoned by Locks it in, and literally Locks gets the last gem right there, and here comes gillyShark and Bingo Knight looking to end the map, I think. You had to go to work and sit in a basement. They don't give you like a TV or anything, they just make you sit in a basement. Dr. Kaimo Tripson, please sit in this room and don't make a noise for the next 8 hours. You will receive money. Turns of Hate from Iki gets a spread onto a few. Nemesis is able to get the adaptation out as well. Chess Leader's so very low, trying to spin through the enemy team for some health. Has the Ignore Pain, gets tossed away by Stark, but goes right back in. Iki gets the last hit into Dahaka. Commandeer Odin to start pushing back the enemy. But this boss is still so very healthy. Stark is getting chunked, but it doesn't matter. gillyShark and Bingo Knight will take a 2-map 2-0 up against Locks It In for their first best of 3 of season, I don't remember, of NGS. 8 hours low, yeah, I think it's probably closer to like 18 hours they make you sit down there. Why is there a thingy on Alex Strauss's life, on her life? Because of her level 7, the Life Blossom. While Alex Strauss is above 75% health, Gift of Life creates a Life Blossom at the target's location. Alex Strauss can collect the Life Blossom to make her next Gift of Life cost no health. Passive, reduce the cost of Gift of Life to 10% of Alex Strauss's current health. Oh shit, Tessa with the quick Google. No, Tessa, I think you beat me to it. I think it might have been you might have had me a few tenths faster. So you had to try and answer the question: is Chinese food more or less authentic than Bahrain? I keep saying Bahrain. I found it was pretty authentic as I was offered silverware, not chopsticks twice. It was the only non-Chinese. Mapu tofu was great. Oh man, forget what, I'm glad you had a good meal. I've never had authentic Chinese food. I've only had American Chinese food. Who do I vote for the MVP of the series? I mean, you asked, so I'll say Kaimo Tripson. I mean, dude, your healing was on point, man. Your healing was on point. Stark had some really good tanking. Chess's solo laning was solid. Like,